for developers across India in their projects. We are another business, which is a major business for us, is working with large corporates who are setting up their operations in India. These are many large multinational companies, they're Indian companies who are expanding. As you know, India is now the world's largest outsourcing destination, but we also work in financial services firms, pharma firms, FMCG, and we have got 250 million square feet of space for these corporates. One other business of ours is project management, construction management, where we are building offices, retail development, residential development, factories, logistics, hotels, hospitals, and if we add all this up, it adds up to 700 million square feet of space in India alone. One very interesting area of our work, which I think a lot of people are not aware, that we have a strong consultancy business where we are working with the government in infrastructure. We do a lot of feasibility studies. We really make business cases for large investors who come into India, be it investment through special economic zones, industrial parks, office parks, and we do really give them a business case on the investment. We have been involved in a lot of government divestment projects, especially in the past, and the new government is again going to start doing divestments of public sector companies and their own land holdings, and where we advise on how they can monetize their real estate when they're divesting any of the businesses the government owns. We've been involved also in a lot of infrastructure projects, but I think that will come later on. And we have worked with 20 state governments in India, from Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Punjab, across India, and many central government agencies. Another business we have is valuations, where we are valuing properties for owners. They could be developers, it could be the government, it could be corporates, it could be financial institutions, and this valuation is used for several things. One is for raising money, even sometimes it's mandatory for a lot of private equity funds who are putting in money into real estate development to know what the value of their properties are. It could be individuals, it could be residential, someone taking a loan, they need to value their property. We do that, and we've done more than 100,000 valuations of properties in India. Just very quickly, we work with 4 out of 5 IT firms in India, 7 out of 9 automobile companies in India, 4 out of 5 telecom companies in India. So it's really, we as a real estate business cover almost every business you can think of, because anybody needs a roof of their overhead. So we are to residential. If you need to do a business, you need an office space. You go shopping, you go to a retail mall. We are into retail. You need factories for manufacturing. You need place to store your goods, which is logistics. You go to a hospital for healthcare. You go to a school or college. So we are in educational real estate. So we really cover every aspect of anything to do with economy or day-to-day living. We are now 10,000 people in India and have 10 offices across the country. And just very quickly, just to just take you through to some of the interesting work we've done in India. We've done the largest campus acquisition, or just for an occupier to go and take up a space which is 4 million square feet. We have valued more than $20 billion worth of funds. We have done the single largest office building in India, which is occupied as 4 million square feet. We were the project managers. We actually got that building constructed. I mentioned on infrastructure side, we were the only real estate consultancy firm which were advisors on Delhi-Mumbai infrastructure corridor, which is a big project in infrastructure in India, one of the largest, and we were consultants in that. We've also been involved in many airports across India. In fact, 15 airports, these are the major airports, and as you know, since several years our country is trying to expand airports, build new airports, redevelop some of them so that there's better connectivity between cities across the country, and we are one of the only ones who have really been consultants there. So huge amount of work both on privatization. I mentioned about our valuation business, and one of the terms you would have heard a lot lately is REIT. Frankly, we've been talking about a REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust, coming to India for the last 17 years, and finally it happened. As you know, earlier this year, India launched its first real estate investment trust. We did the entire valuation for it, and what we expect in next few years, there will be more real estate investment trusts coming into the country. And what really means is it shows how the real estate market is maturing. A REIT will encourage more foreign and institutional investment to come into real estate, because REITs give them exit after they've done the development, and it also shows that our financial instruments in real estate and structures are maturing in India. It shows India, as a market where institutions can put in money into real estate. So really, with all this, we have become the #1 real estate consultancy business in India, and I want to thank each one of you for your support.